So for this particular problem, we have to divide, and I'm sorry, this is a target 2E dividing polynomials retake video. Because of this square, I have to use long division. I'm not able to use synthetic division. So I'm going to put x squared plus 1. And then I'm dividing by 6x to the 4th minus 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. Now, if you'd like, you can put in placeholders, but they're not strictly necessary here, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with this. Now, I need to look at the x squared and the 6x to the 4th. What do I have to do to this to get exactly this? And the answer would be multiply by 6x squared. So I do 6x squared times x squared, and I get 6x to the 4th. And then 6x squared times 1 is 6x squared, so I'm going to write that under here. But I have to subtract these, so that means I have to change the sign. So this is going to become negative, and this is going to be negative. So these cancel, and I get negative 4x squared minus 6x squared, which is negative 10x squared. And then I'm going to bring down the 3x and the negative 1. Now I'm going to compare x squared again to this time the 10x squared. Negative 10x squared, and I need to make it look exactly like negative 10x squared, so I'm going to multiply by negative 10. Now negative 10 times x squared is negative 10x squared, and negative 10 times 1 is a negative 10, but I'm going to write it over here underneath the 1, the negative 1, not underneath the 3x, because I have to be able to combine like terms. Now I have to change the sign. So this becomes positive, and this becomes positive. This comes down, and I can get 3x. Those cancel, and I'm left with 9. So my answer is 6x squared minus 10 plus my remainder, which is 3x plus 9, over what I was dividing by, which is x squared plus 1. So this is my answer. Okay, number 2. Number 2, I can either use long division or synthetic division. You can use synthetic division when it's only x to the first power and the number in front of the x is that 1. So I'm allowed to use synthetic division. So I am going to use synthetic division. Okay, so I take this x plus 3 and I set it equal to 0, and I get x is negative 3. So that goes in my box for synthetic division. Now I have to write my coefficients. So I have an x to the 5th and x to the 4th, but look at that, no x to the 3rd. So I need a placeholder of 0x cubed here. Then I have second, x to the 1st, and then a constant. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, none, right? So now I just put in the coefficients, negative 6, negative 1, that's still a negative 3, that 0's, I'm sorry, 6, negative 1, 0, then that negative 3, then 4, and then 17. And the rule for synthetic division is this drops down. These end up multiplying, so negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. Negative 1 plus 18 is 17. 3 times 17, well, negative 3 times 17 is 30 and 21, so I believe negative 51. And 0 minus 51 is negative 51. And negative 51 times negative 3, 3 times 50 is 153. So 153, and that would be positive. And negative 3 plus 153 is 150. And 3 times 150 is 300, 450. Wow, I'm getting some big number here. So 450, and 450 plus 4 is 454. Ooh boy. Now I'm going to just pause for a second so I can get a calculator. Did notice a mistake here. Negative 3 times 150 would give me negative 450. And then that would be negative 450 plus 4. And that would be negative 446. Yep, negative 446. Now I'm going to do negative 446 times a negative 3. So I need to do that. 446 times 3 is positive 1338. So positive 1338. And I'm going to add 17 to that, and I get 1355. Okay, so now I just have to come up with a polynomial that this represents. So this was x to the 5th, and I divided by an x. So that's going to give me a 6x to the 4th. So I'm going to start this out, and this was actually negative, so negative. So it's going to be negative 6x to the 4th. You just reduce the power by 1. It was 5th, now it's 4. Then plus 17x cubed minus 51x squared plus 150x minus 446. Then plus my 1355, which is the remainder, over what I was dividing by, which is x plus 3. Okay, and that's the answer. And here are the practice problems. Number 1, number 2. Good luck.